Hey guys, so what do we have here? We have the Canon EOS R6. And I only have a few days to test it out before I give it back, and this is just my initial thoughts about the camera and also about the Canon EOS R5 because these two cameras are really related. So this video is going to cover what I feel is going to be important for you to decide whether you're going to get the Canon EOS R5, the Canon EOS R6, which I have right here, or the Canon EOS R, which I'm filming with right now, and even maybe considering the Canon EOS RP, which I have somewhere behind here somewhere. Yeah. Anyways, so let's just dive into it. These are just a few of my thoughts right off the top of my head. This is unscripted, so bear with me if I mess up a little bit here and there. The Canon EOS R5 and the Canon EOS R6 share so many similarities, such as the new DJI-X processor that is inside both of these cameras, the same LPE6 and H batteries that's inside these cameras. I love the fact that they're actually backwards compatible as well to LPE6 and LPE6N batteries as well. I also love the fact that they both can shoot 12 FPS mechanical and 20 FPS electronic shutters, and they both share that beautiful RF glass which we're all getting used to right now. They both have this sensor protector that protects your lens from any dust. They also share the same dual pixel CMOS autofocus 2, which has improved tracking abilities and animal detection as well nowadays. And they both share the same IBIS, which can give you crazy 8 stops of stabilization if you pair it with an IS lens. And those are some of the similarities between the R5 and the R6, but I would like to say that if you were given me a choice right now to purchase one of these, I would actually choose the R6 over the R5. And these are just a few of the reasons why. So right off the bat, I feel like 4K is actually enough for today's standards. There's not many 8K displays out there, and so the 8K on the R5 is a bit overkill for me. 45 megapixels as well, slightly overkill for photography for me. And I think 20 megapixels is actually more than enough. And also the fact that the sensor within the R6 is almost the same as the one inside the 1DX Mark III. That even tells you that it's actually a good enough sensor for the best sports photographers out there, so it should be a good enough sensor for this camera. Another thing I like about the Canon EOS R6 over the R5 is that the fact that the R5 uses CS Express and an SD card slot, but the R6 uses 2 SD card slots. For me personally, I have more SD cards, obviously, and I'm not very sure about investing into the CF Express line at the moment. Personally, I feel there's going to be a new wave of technology to store your files in the future, such as using the internet and using cloud storage as an option, as the R6 and R5 actually shows you as well with Canon's cloud system that they've been trying to introduce right now. So for me personally, I feel like in the future, how we transfer our files is going to be vastly different, and so I would not want to invest in a new system. So the Canon EOS R6 also performs better in low light situations. That's because the more megapixels it is, the more technology and processing power you need to make the ISO better. And so the R6 outperforms the R5 here, and I think that's what I would prioritize more. And yeah, so basically that's why I would choose the R6 over the R5. These two cameras ergonomically are really similar. I find that people coming from the 5D Mark IV will find this very useful because you are used to this two scroll wheel and joystick anyways, so it wouldn't be so much of a learning curve when you're jumping from DSLR to this mirrorless body over here. But coming from the Canon EOS R, I find this a little bit confusing because I'm used to my shortcuts that I've pre-programmed into the Canon EOS R D-pad. So right now I need to reprogram these buttons. On top here, the AF on button and all the other function buttons here to do the same things that my Canon EOS R has been programmed to do by just pressing a little D-pad. Your red button is back, which I really appreciate, and yeah, flip screen, everything is there. So I feel like these two cameras have their own niches, but me personally, I would choose the R6 over the R5. And at least for the next 2 to 3 years for my work, I believe that this is going to be more than capable for what I need. 4K is still being slowly adopted in this part of the world, and we do not need 8K. It's a bit overkill and I don't know how to process that thing. And also 20 megapixels is more enough for the work that we do. So I already explained why I would choose the Canon EOS R6, but there are a few things that you should know after using this camera around, which I think that is important for you to know before you decide to buy this or not. So there is no all-eye codec in the Canon EOS R6, it's all IPB. Personally, I don't find that to be too much of a problem, but that might be something that will affect your workflow. And also the fact that, when you shoot in video mode, it crops in just a little bit. All in all, I think that this camera is a really good purchase, and if I didn't have my Canon EOS R with me right now, this would have been the camera I would have bought. So that's my take on the Canon EOS R6. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Maybe I can borrow it one of these days again and test it out and answer your questions. So until then, make sure you like, comment, subscribe on whatever you guys do nowadays. And yeah, let me know if you want to know more things about this camera. Until then, bye.